Hey guys, what's up? So coming at you here from 798 Beijing. I was just walking around this area and I saw a very interesting example of Chinese freedom of expression. So look here in the window, we have a very nice t-shirt with a very interesting text. I guess you can't see it because I guess it's mirrored in the camera, but I guess you can use your imagination to imagine what it says. It's basically a message of not being very fond of the American president. But speaking about American presidents, politics in China, I think what's really fascinating is that even though you have this ongoing now for several years trade war between China and US, you have this South China Sea military Cold War basically. American products and brands are still incredibly popular in China. So of course very early on you had McDonald's, you had KFC, you have Pizza Hut, you had Coca-Cola. They came here early, I think like 80s, early 90s, and they are basically everywhere, the whole country. Now in the past 10 years you also had Starbucks growing very quickly, and basically in Beijing every area of the city, almost every office building almost has a Starbucks. You have Tesla coming in very strong now, taking the lead of the electric car market. If you go around the embassy area of Beijing, the only embassy with a lot of people queuing up every day is the American one. So people love to go there to study, to work, to travel. Speaking about Tesla, this SpaceX launch, I think about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, was also a big thing here. And people actually, they watched the launch not with envy, but actually with admiration. They kind of look up to the US in that sense. They see the US as a bit as a big brother, a bit as a leader in technology, but something to aspire to, not something to only look down on. So I think what this shows is that people are able to really hold two thoughts in their head at the same time. On one hand, yes, there is a lot of rivalry between China and the US. People, obviously, as we saw, are not too fond of Trump as a person and politician. But at the same time, they kind of also look up to the US a little bit, and they also like a lot of the US brands. It was the same thing as well when you had some protests, for example, against Japan a while back about the history books where they basically didn't talk about what they did in China during World War II. And then there was talk for boycotts and so on. But in the end, people still bought a lot of Japanese cars and motorbikes and so on, right? So this really shows that consumers actually are quite sophisticated in how they select their brands, which I think is actually quite a positive sign. It shows that people are actually maybe a bit more independent than the Western media makes them out to be. So just some thoughts.